Cecil Township Park and Recreation Board meeting, Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. In attendance, Dan Ewig, Arden staff, Wendy Johnson, Barb Russman, Jason Wheeler. We have nobody on teleconference. Absent is Stephanie. Congratulations, Stephanie. She delivered her baby. Everything's going great so far. So that is one of our other board members. We just want to say congratulations to her. Take your time. We have things covered. Township Representatives, Jack King, no guests tonight. Meeting called to order at 6:31. And we'll hold a public comments. There is no public comments here tonight. Agenda items. The meeting minutes, we were approved the meeting minutes for May 5th, 2022. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Everybody say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All in favor, go. Jack, do you have a financial status update?
As of right now, 6788.25 in Fall Festival application fees. All the bills, all the invoices that have been presented thus far have been paid, or at least the deposit has been put on. So that's Mike, the balloon guy, that's train guy. That's all I have, I think, right now.
I do have an invoice from Stephanie from No Escape. I'll go over that later, though. And then we'll probably just approve that for the next meeting. Review of touch truck. I think everything went exceptional. I mean, it was a fantastic day. Concessions did very well. The trucks that were there were awesome. I don't know how much space we had in the main lot. I know the north lot was full to the brim. I don't think I could have fit anybody else in there. I don't know about the south lot, if you could have got any more trucks in here. And Life Flight was a huge hit, so we want to thank them for sure.
I think we could have maybe shoehorned a couple more in down here. I think the only complaint we had was from Southbridge. They did not want to be next to the waste management truck, but at that point I couldn't do anything because we had people coming in generations at 9 o'clock, and I had to let them take Southbridge's spot. And I mean, it all worked out for the better. You know, everybody got done what they needed to get done.
I also finally got the thank yous to Jack today to send out, and also got the thank you posted today.
They will be going out tomorrow.
Thanks, Jack.
And we made a little boy very happy. So.
Yeah, I just want to pass on to you the Board of Supervisors, for those that showed up, Tom, Darlene, beside themselves with, you know, nothing but great things to say. When you can impress Tom Cassiola, you're doing something. So he's, Cindy, I haven't seen her that much. I know she's been quite busy. Ron, I'm surprised he hasn't been around. Frankie's going to be around more. But, you know, overall, they're very, very happy with everybody. So.
Darlene was a big help.
Yeah, I'm gonna just, and I be careful saying this on camera, but I'm gonna scale back that her candy distribution because I think it's we just have to be careful.
Okay, moving on. Movie night details. We're just going to do the light menu, and as Jack said, I think we have enough hot dogs. We just may need to do buns, and maybe we'll just double check our drinks. So we might just do a quick inventory count down there to make sure we have everything that we need. And we'll just pick up, you know, buns then probably the night before.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won't need a whole lot, but I think we probably still have enough pretzels and definitely have enough nachos.
I checked the pretzels. We only have a few, so I've got to get. Those are GFS pretzels, so I can swing by. Sam's Club is light on pretzels, but if you were happy with those GFS ones, I can get another couple boxes of those.
I will not be here. I'll be
Okay.
in California.
Okay. Do we have the cheese? I mean, are we okay just to keep using the cheese in the crock pots for now? And
I think we used it all. I don't know.
Used it up.
We used 3 bags of it.
I can get the cans. We have 2 cans down there, so we can use that as well. That cheese is a premium right now. I can't find it anywhere. Amazon doesn't have a GFS, Sam's, Costco. I haven't tried BJ's yet, but it's a specific bag that goes into that warmer. And as you know, it's a certain size tube that goes in there. So, you know, I appreciate you, you know, using what we had. I mean, if I have to go that route again, I can. Amazon can have it to us next day. But, you know, I really want to use that machine the way it was designed.
No, the machine's definitely the convenience. The only thing I don't like about the cans is once we open one, you're wasting it, you know? So, the bags, we can at least, you know, put back in and refrigerate, but, you know, when they come available, I'm sure we'll be able to get them.
I can check with Gatons, or Guytons, as they
Guytons.
say, to see if they have smaller cans, or if they can get smaller cans. They're real, I tell you what, they are real friendly over there. They have just about everything. I mean, for those of you who don't know, it's over off of 40.
It's near the Humane Society.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's near the Humane Society.
Yes. And
On 136, sir.
136, that's right. I couldn't think of what it was. And I tell you, once you get downstairs, it's like, whoa, how did they get so much stuff in here, you know? But yeah, they've got, so I keep forgetting about that. Arlene reminds me. They're on a first-name basis over there. Now, they're scaling back their hours. They're not open on Mondays anymore, but, I mean, I can go up during the day and get stuff.
Well, I mean, if we have to get the cans, because honestly, I like to get some new cooking utensils in there, stuff that's actually functional, like spatula and. Above the cooker, above the grill top? Dan, did you see anything?
There were some at some point, and they
They-
got put away.
I mean, like actual, we need like 3 or 4 tongs for hot dogs and stuff like that for.
I think the biggest issue right now is when we do get this extra storage, we need to go and organize things. There are certain things that are kind of scattered throughout, and everything's not really organized because we are so tight on space right now. So I think moving forward, when we do get this space available and we can organize a lot better, I think that's something I would love to see, you know, where we have like, you know, drawers, like, hey, okay, spatulas and tongs are going in here, you know, et cetera, et cetera. It'll be a lot more easier for us to find, keep things clean, and, you know where everything is.
But
So,
on like back to the whole cheese thing real quick, if we have to, can we get even like a Tupperware thing to save it so we have it for the next event?
I was just
If we
thinking
have to
that
go
too.
with the cans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way we ain't just
We
throwing
should
it
be
out
able to
the
save
window.
it. That shouldn't be any different than saving the bag, the open
that's
bag.
what I was just thinking of, if we do them crock pot liners, if, you know, we just roll up the bag and zip tie 'em shut, you know, as much as we can and put them in the fridge, that might be able to work too.
Yeah, if it's the movie night where there's like 10 people showing up, we shouldn't
Yeah.
even open that can.
But I mean, for a big event like that, like the last couple that we had, we needed like a normal crock pot, that little
Bigger
one. I
crock
was
pot.
adding it constantly, and then people were right there, and it wasn't
Yeah,
warming
that was a
up
little bit
quick
little.
enough. Oh, man.
Maybe you can find one at the yard sale
Which-
this weekend.
Yeah. there
We
you go.
may have, there may be a bigger crock pot in there, down, it's on the bottom, and that's another thing too, because
We
the
need to see
tables
what's
are
on the
kind of
bottom,
blocking
yeah.
that, so it's hard to access that
Mm.
down, but I think there may be, I think there's like one coffee maker, and then I've seen it the one time, but again, it's with the storage that we're having, we're kind of piling everything in front of these
Okay.
cabinets, and we don't know exactly 100% what's in there.
Didn't Arlene say those were like for baseball or something?
They're not, they're all ours. It is all Cecil Township Parks and Recreation, as far as I'm aware of. That's what, I'm pretty sure Bonnie and Arlene, they both said that's all Cecil Townships. So and we just, you know, we're gonna treat it as ours, as far as I'm concerned right now.
Here's the problem. The cabinets above are ours, cabinets below were supposed to be baseballs, but we borrow each other's stuff as long, the agreement, verbal agreement that it is as long as you clean it, you can use it. So, but I don't have keys to the bottom cabinets. So, you know, for the stuff out front, that's, you know, everybody can use it as long as they clean it.
And as far as I'm aware, I don't think baseball has any plans to even use that concession stand because they're short on volunteers as well. So I think they're just going to stick to their concession stand they have, you know, at their main location there at Falcone. I don't see them opening up the concession stand here in the park or the one off of McWhinney Road. So
we all have trouble cutting onions and tomatoes and stuff. None of us are good at it. I saw a as seen on TV device that looked like it does a nice job, and I didn't go to see how it was ranked yet. And I almost picked it up, and I didn't because we hadn't
It
talked
just,
about
like
it.
you put on there and you slice it, that kind of.
They might
okay.
have it at Walmart in that aisle, you know, it's like
Yeah.
as seen in TV that you wait
yeah.
for. That's what we need, we really do. Her and I were
Around
trying to,
$20.
People I know have those, they said they work.
we could use it, for sure.
All right, movie night is June 11th. We will start playing at dusk time. I'm going to try to get my hands on a physical copy of the DVD. I'm sure the library has that, the Canonsburg Library. And I may know somebody that has them as
I'll
well.
check too, I think I might have it.
Okay.
Too.
Jack, if we can, just make sure that DVD player is still working, because if we get we get a physical copy, we can do the DVD, and then we don't have to worry about the speakers. We know the speakers are working with that.
Yeah.
So we'll be good with that for the time being.
All right.
Community Day, does anybody have anything else for movie night?
No.
Can I back up a second? Just want to mention to you on the addition for the concession stand for our, our section, they are going to make it a 12 by 16.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
If you get a chance, you can see they've already marked the corners, they've taken the tree out already.
Wow. I didn't even notice.
They're actually working on the roof because there's a leak over the fuse box. And that was the debate was, do we have that fuse box put on the outside at roughly about $20,000, or do they add on, buy a shed, external shed, or add on to the existing one? Tom Cassiola thought it would be prudent just to add on, so that's how we ended up. There's going to be a door, access door on the outside, and then an access door on the inside. They are going to remove the garage door, but only we are the only ones that are going to have that code to get in there. And at that point, we're going to move anything of value of ours in there, and then I'm going to leave that open, leave it so that CMYBA can get in and we can get in. But we're going to have our own access into our Parks and Rec section.
That's fantastic. 12 by 16 is huge.
That's a nice size,
That's
yeah.
very good size.
Wow.
Thank you, Tom. In Public Works. I said, thank you, Tom, in Public Works.
Yeah, Tommy takes the credit for this one because he's the one that he saw what you guys were talking about, and it's like you find the right key and it turns. In this instance, it was him, but there again, he asked, and you made your intentions known, and it fell on fertile soil, so that was a good.
Okay, Community Day. Yes, we do have events, and we'll deal with concessions as well. I think that would be good to add. We are working with Behringer's. We told them, hey, you guys are just too high. The price that they wanted for everything was very, very expensive. So Stephanie was supposed to go back and ask them, and she kind of asked me, hey, what's an acceptable rate? So I told them I told her to respond if they can get it, maybe under $1,000, that it would be nice to have that real big water slide for the kids. Because before, I think it was almost $2,500. And that was to me, that was astronomical. They had setup fees, tear down fees, plus the rental of, that giant water slide. And it was a lot.
For how long?
Just for that day, 4 or 5, however long that we're there. Which I thought was it was way too high. So I have not heard back if she heard back from them yet. They kind of emailed her and says, okay, what is an acceptable number? So I said, all right, we'll throw, if we can get it under $1,000, maybe, I'll put it in front of the board and see what we can do. So we'll have everything finalized by our next meeting for the July event. We're going to do the chili cook-off and everything, so we want to start making an announcement for that. We'd definitely like to have some guest judges. I don't know if anybody out there wants to be a guest judge. I'm not the biggest chili fan, so please don't ask me to do it. I can do cookies and cake, but not chili.
Well,
I don't like chili.
Penny wanted to be part in the
Yeah.
chili part of it, but we could we could do a judge, she'd be a good judge too, if we decided not to, what I mean? I don't know.
Maybe some of our big sponsors, we should give them the opportunity to
Yeah,
be a
true.
judge, like, if
Range.
they want to. Yeah, Range and
Always
Always
Safe,
Safe.
yeah.
mean, any of the chiefs and stuff like that, if they would like to be a judge, I would love to have them there, and, they can meet and greet the community and, be a judge as well, so. Anybody have anything to add on that?
Well, here's a question. Okay, as you know, we heard from Texas Roadhouse about the mascot. We could also, if we don't want to do like a mascot thing at Fall Festival, we could always add that as something for Community Day.
Okay.
So what do you guys think of that? Which would you prefer?
I mean, honestly, I prefer Fall Festival. I mean, that's our biggest event, I mean, I think having like princess engagements, they brought their characters out, and, if we have a couple other mascots or characters, I think any of that, to add on to the festival, what we do, is amazing, so. Obviously, if I want, if I had to pick, yeah, I'd say let's do them both, but, I mean, obviously, I would rather have,
Fall Festival.
yes, for our biggest event, so. Leading on, we're gonna get an update from each event from the project leads. First one would be the car cruise. We are only doing the concession stand on this. We will run a full menu, that is August 21st. Is that the wrong?
21st, because I originally
Just
had the
making
15th,
sure.
yeah.
Yes, August 21st, 2022. Parks and Rec will do the concession stand. This is where we're going to do our full menu. Plus, we would like to do the Orm's Donuts and Halushka too. Okay, so we'll have to get wherever we've gotten them from in the past, or if anybody is willing to make them.
Yeah. Steve Hines did the Lushka last time, and it was good. He charges $125 for 8 trays, excuse me.
And they all went.
And it all went. Yeah, that's right. Previous years, we had Mark Secretti make it. He's a phenomenal cook. I think, we have, basically you have 3 options. We can get it from Bob Ware. What's the one over on 980? His restaurant.
Is it the Country Fiction one on the corner?
Yeah, Country Fixins. He can make it. Steve Hines can make it, or I can talk to Mark Secretti, see if he'd make it fresh. That was going to occupy the grill for a while, so I'm kind of leaning towards either Steve or Bob Ware. And even if we get 2 and 2 or 3 and 3, 3 from one, 3 from the other, that try to keep them happy.
No, that's fine by us. The only thing I think we would probably need for that, recommend is bowls. Anybody see any bowls down there? We may need to get some new bowls.
The styrofoam ones.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the,
Guyton's has them too.
Yeah,
Real size.
Guyton's have the best
Guyton's
ones.
has everything.
The only issue with the styrofoam bowls, if you need to reheat anything, you can't, because they will melt.
So with those styrofoam bowls, we're going to need forks, and a bunch of plastic forks, knives, et cetera. So
Yeah.
I'll make sure those are there too.
Okay, so I would say down the road, if we run out of those, I would get like the heavier paper bowls.
Yeah, if you want to stick them in the
microwave, yeah.
Paper or styrofoam?
Paper. Because you can't put styrofoam in
The
the microwave.
styrofoam will actually melt in the microwave.
Really?
It
I
starts
didn't know.
melting.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I will check with Gayton's, and GFS might have them too, because they have some odd things that others don't. So I'll check both places.
And don't forget, if ends up you don't find those things anywhere, there's the huge one up in Washington that I gave you that huge price list from last year.
Oh yeah. That's right. I have that. That's good.
Restaurant
Restaurant
supply.
supply place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's
Going
more
up
than
toward
just red.
Towers Golf.
There's tobacco in there. There's
It's on Route 40 going towards Pancake. It's across
on the
from
right.
Habitat for Humanity.
Yep, it's on the right, yep.
Yep.
Can anybody buy stuff there, or do you have to have like a?
No, anybody can buy stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's where we used to always get our Halloween candy when we were, my parents gave it out because they had a real nice price on the big bars. Is the heating rack, did somebody check it out?
Oh, yeah. Well, if they're going to be down there building, if they can plug that in and see if that thing,
Rick said it was working. You said it's not working now?
that time I plugged it in for the fall festival, it was smoking.
Yeah, he
Right.
looked at it after that. I thought they replaced the plug on it.
Okay, we didn't
Okay,
know.
I didn't
Okay.
know, yeah, if anything happened with
I'll ask
that.
him tomorrow.
Okay,
I think last week, I don't think we knew for sure, right? Because we asked about it, I think, last
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
And Jack said he'd ask him the next day, so we just didn't have an
He,
update.
I know he looked at it, and I remember plug, but I don't remember what happened after that.
No, as long, yeah, if he can fire that thing up, and that way we can keep that, Haluska warm and everything.
That's
that
the
would be
heating rack back by the grill.
right next to the grill. Yep. All right, movie night, August 20th, 2022. We'll have to figure out a movie for this. So I'm open to any suggestions from the board. I guess we'll see how The Lion King does. Maybe we do another throwback,
Yeah.
So let's see how The Lion King does. Again, we're going to do the original one for that on June 11th. The next movie night will be August 20th. Okay, Fall Festival, moving on. Fall Festival, September 24th and the 25th. Go ahead with the vendors.
Still plugging away at them. We joined a new group, PA Crafters, looking for events, put a post up there. We got 22 new vendors that we didn't have on here or last year at all, which I was glad. But then we got the scammer that came on and took our post, caused me some problems, a lot of damage control. I had other people texting other people saying, I think Arden staff might be a scammer, be careful. And so it was, Wendy knows I was very upset about that whole deal. But we're still plugging along. I said those are 22 new ones, and I'm just keep sending them out. Any intro. I got one more today that on the way here. I saw that someone just added to our thing. So
I mean, we're sitting at 76, and we still got,
yeah, oh yeah,
June, July, August.
we'll definitely. I'm not worried about it
even
at all.
in
but,
September, you guys are going to be getting slammed here very
as it gets
shortly.
closer, like it's 10% until the 30th of June. I'll send them a reminder at the end of, or Wendy will, at the end of the month, and try to but a lot of people just wait, as it gets further closer too. So
Are we competing with anybody else that weekend? or-
Yeah, there is another,
the
well, in the Italian
Washington
Festival.
Italian Festival, but that's not a competition really for us.
I gave out about 30 cards at the truck festival this weekend.
Okay.
Truck festival?
At the food festival at,
Well, do you want to talk, because I was going to say, more to think about, remember the guy, the cotton candy you were talking about?
Yeah.
Because he initially reached out for Community Day, remember? And we were like, yes, it'll work, and Stephanie knew about it. And that's when he said, I wanted to get involved with that, so I sent him the application, not knowing, the whole, and then he was like, couldn't afford it, whatever. But that's part of vendors,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah. Yeah, if we, I don't know if you want to do anything like that for Community Day, have like a Frost Fairy and the cotton candy guy, if you want to do anything like that or not, so.
Okay. I'll reach out and ask Steph. I think
Okay.
being a hot day like that, yeah, we should definitely do some kind of ice cream one. I think Mac had one down at Falcone Fields on Tuesday. I think it was called Millie's Truck, and they served ice cream. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, vendor mapping. I think it is crucial, and I think me and Jack have kind of been on the same page with this, that we kind of keep people off the hillsides a little bit. We definitely want to keep people on the pathways as much as we can. And I think we're going to expand the outfield option this year for more convenience for the crafters. It's a nice flat area, so that way, it'll open up. It'll open that up, the whole section out there as well. So I definitely think, we need to utilize that outfield, and it's nice and flat, and easy. And definitely try to keep people up on the pathways as much as we can too, because people come in and out of there through the pathways, and, ideally that's what we want. We want them moving through the whole festival.
are we going to make that courtyard along the fence again this year, like we did last year?
Yeah. If that's okay. I mean, I'd opened it up. We were able to get about 10 more vendors in there, that, other than just stringing them along the walkway. What I don't want to do is put people on the slope on the backside. I've had several people say they lost product because it fell, wind blew, and because of the slope. So now I don't mind putting the pet search lady over there. She can stay over there all day. Just kidding.
Well, we could also add, remember, we're going to do maybe one of these vendors that is a food vendor that's in a tent that we could put over there, so they could have some sort of food with all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe the cotton candy guy.
Last year I kind of wanted to try to balance some of the food vendors, so we had them in both places. But I mean, everybody that, except for was it popcorn? Was it the lovebirds that would have sat there all day long and all night long if we let them? they didn't care, you know. Oh, yeah, here, oh, you want, here's some, you know, they were just into each other so much, so. Aside from that, I mean, everybody else seemed to complain when they got over there. Granted, that was brand-new dirt. They just redid that. It wasn't soft per se, but there was not a lot of grass there. So that may have had something to do with it. It wasn't that uneven, but it was new. So this year, I think, you know, as long as those garbage cans are out of there, they're not tracking bees, because we had the whiskey people over there. They did fantastic back there, you know, and seemed like everybody else. But we ended up with a couple too many chiropractors, and that seemed to, you know, kind of upset the apple cart there.
Okay, food trucks?
We're good on food trucks. We have 2 new ones this year. We still have GRM that's gonna send his application in. Cotton Candy City went out of business, so we now have another cotton candy vendor. We're still looking for probably one more sweet truck if somebody else comes in. I gave the Cupcake Lady our card at the Food Truck Festival this weekend. I think we've reached out to a couple other, like, cookies and,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the one I wanted with the Canonsburg one.
Yeah.
She's having a baby and not doing it this fall, but yeah, I want to do it.
but otherwise, we're good on food trucks.
Okay. On stage, I've reached out to all of our bands. Black Dog Hollow, they're good. Jack, I want to get with you like we did last year, and we kind of set up that entertainment agreement. If you could email me something for this year, I can start sending these out.
Sure.
No, I have it ready. You have a copy, right? I have it ready.
You have it? You updated for this year? Okay.
All right, I'll send it over to me, and I'll start reaching out. Black Dog Hollow is good to go. The one, I still haven't heard back from Timothy Earl Band, and there's one more I'm blanking on. I did reach out, Buck Wild. Buck Wild, they've been booked. They're not adding any other, even though they have that day available, they're not adding any more shows.
Okay.
So Buck Wild was one I think we wanted. I think we wanted the main line for Saturday, but they're not adding any more shows for the rest of the year. So we'll have to find, we'll have to supplement in for another Saturday show. I did reach out to my so-called 90s band for the 2-man group instead of the full band. Just the 2-man group we can do I figure either the Sunday early or in the afternoon. I think it'd be a nice mix and give us something different than the usual, just country and rock. The price for those, just a 2-man was $500, so that's very, very reasonable. Yeah. Black Dog Hollow, I think he got back to me, and I got to respond back to him. I think it was $1,000 for them for the 3-hour set, so they're right on par with what it was last year.
Yeah.
So we're looking for one more main act for Saturday?
Probably, yeah.
Go look at the next.
Okay. I
Rock
want
band,
something a little
they're
bit.
phenomenal. The lead singer is DJ from Steel City, the sales manager.
Oh, really?
They're awesome. They have Guntown's booked every weekend with them.
Really?
They've been around for years. They're really, really good.
Well, did they play in their parking lot events up there?
Yeah, back
Yeah.
behind the play. Oh yeah.
Huh.
But they play everywhere. Jurgles. They're good.
You know what?
They're $800.
That's one of the things I think we ought to do too, is we ought to make it as a group, for anybody that can go. Let's make it maybe once a month or whenever Jurgles is open. Let's just go up and have a good time, and just see those live bands are phenomenal. And it just.
Where is that?
Jurgles is up 79. Isn't it near Cranberry?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just past the exit past it, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just a